Hey, 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 here we go. Setting it straight with fam, with the two greatest sons in the world. Jordan and Joshua B with me, Bobby B, coming together this evening after that what in the world game against those Los Angeles Rams. Oh, we about to get into good stuff here. Is there still a quarterback controversy, even though we got a win? Micah Parsons. Is he the truth? My goodness. Did he outplay 99 today? You know, the original linebacker, the best, the MVP defensive player. Did Micah Parsons show him out today? What did he do? I think so, but we're going to get into all that. And before we do, you know, we're going to have to do it like we always do it. And that is starting with that. How about them Cowboys? That's right. You know, hey, Joshua Jordan, you know, what led us to victory today, man? Y'all, you guys come tell me what it was today that led us to victory. Go ahead. You know, what you got, Joshua?
I mean, you can't start Dallas Cowboys without the D. So, I mean, it was definitely the defense today. So, I mean, what can I say? I mean, the first like possession of the Rams goes a fumble for a touchdown, and so the next one goes to where they're starting at their own 30. So and look, I think Cooper Rush is a solid quarterback, but he didn't go for that many yards. He didn't have to actually go for anything today, and the Dallas defense won the game, and you can't convince me otherwise. So defense and special teams. Yes, it was a special teams. Excuse me. So the first one was a fumble,
for a
touchdown,
and
the second one was a punt, block punt, and they started at their own 30, and I think they ended up at their 27 or something like that. So and they made so they were already up by 9 points, right? So I mean, credit the defense, special teams, and Tony Pollard for the win.
Defensive, special teams, and Tony Pollard for the win. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. That pretty much sums it up. I mean, I still had issues with the run game outside of, that fourth quarter where we just kept running heavy. I still want, because look, Pollard only had 8 carries in this game, and I just still think that that's not enough. Like, I think he needs 15. I think they need 15 to 15 carries between between Tony Pollard and Elliott. I think 15 to 20 for Pollard and 15 to 20 for Zeke, and really it all just depends on how the defense is playing them at running back, and if Pollard can get those outside to the outside and in between those gaps, if he can get those yards, and if they just keep letting him, and if they're stopping Zeke, whatever, just keep rotating them. That's what I really want to see out of this offense, and you can really see that they have the potential to do it. It's there. So we just get pass happy for some reason, but this defense is not giving up they ain't giving up 20 points. You ain't getting more than 19 points. That's the most I've seen anyone come close to. And you ain't, come on, man. We have 5 sacks today as a total defense. We on pace to breaking the league total record for team sacks. So, man, Parsons came alive. But first of all, they was holding your boy Parsons all game. They was really holding him. And then, they kept all game. And so it wasn't until that fourth quarter where they was like, all right, we ain't going to hold him no more. And you saw when they stopped holding him, that boy came in blasting with a hurt groin.
That's right.
I'm just, dude, at this point, and then you had Armstrong, who came on really strong in that first half. And, you saw Sam Williams, who was really they wasn't running to the outside. Sam Williams was really holding down that running defense. You had your boy D-Law in there, being veteran savvy, causing pressure as well. And then with no Bohanna in this game, the DT still stepped up. Like, we're just so stacked at defensive tackle. Your boy Odigizua got his sack. Tristan Hill had a tackle for loss. They were just in there causing havoc. And once again, this safety and the safety play is just mwah. Oh my gosh. You saw Curse, you saw Hooker, you saw Wilson. It's just beautiful to see. And then, we had a little Diggs trouble early on. I don't know why. I don't know why we put people in positions that they shouldn't be in.
Preach.
There's a difference between playing outside corner and playing nickel. It's a big difference. You can ask Anthony Brown. That's why that boy don't go to nickel no more. He's an outside corner. And especially when you know that the Rams, they like to get Cooper Kupp open through middle routes in the slot. They like to have him run underneath the middle of the field and then him try to go get yak yards. They love to do that. And you kind of put Diggs in an awkward situation, but you saw that they cleaned all that up. They cleaned all that up in the second half. But this is the first game he gave up 100 yards. But at the end of the day, hey, defense only gave up 10 points. Come on, that's your Super Bowl winning team right there.
1-0.
10 points? Come on, man. Where they do that at? I got 21 on right now because this defense is prime time. So I had to break out the prime jersey. So,
Not Ezekiel Elliott.
It's not Ezekiel. It's Deion Sanders. So man, with Cooper Rush absolutely doing nothing, 10 passes. I mean, I ain't trying to hate on my backup quarterback, but that's exactly what he is, a backup quarterback. 10 completions, 102 yards. Did what he needed to do. Lucky, like Josh says, he gets lucky a lot, and it's because. He throws some balls that should be picked off, but the defense plays defense for a reason, so they couldn't get the interception on him. So, hey, shouts out to him. But you saw in that end of that fourth quarter what it came down to, and that was defense and running the ball, just running it. And hats off to the defense because every time we put the defense in bad position, what they do, they got them boys up off the field. Oh, it was just so beautiful to play. That I think the second to last series where Curse gets the interception, right? Hey, we went 3 and out, I think. We went 3 and out. Defense came right back on the field. What'd they do? They shut it down, sack, fumble, got them boys up out of there. Hey, I couldn't even tell if that was the Cowboys home team or if that was the Rams home team. I couldn't tell.
Now, tell me this right here. Do you think that do you think it's still a quarterback controversy right now? Or you think because right now, we did get the W. We just had this conversation the other day about if we get the W, what it's going to be like. So we got the W.
The fans. So
no.
there's a quarterback controversy with the fans, right? And I was like, look, if Cooper Rush throws like 3 touchdowns,
it's a quarterback controversy with the media too.
Yeah, if the Cooper Rush throws 3 touchdowns, and he was just slinging it back and forth, yeah, there would be a quarterback controversy. I'd be like, even I would be like, hey, I don't know if Dak should come out there, but they're not winning because of Cooper Rush, right? In 2016, they were winning because of the defense. They were winning because of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Right. So they were winning because of the offense, and it was not because of Dak. Dak Prescott was not just a pocket passer. So it was starting to come into the time where the defense were trying to catch up to those dual threat quarterbacks. So it was because of him, and they're like, oh well, Cooper Rush scored more touchdowns or passed more touchdowns than Dak Prescott in 2016. Well, Dak Prescott wasn't throwing those touchdowns in the first 3 games. He was rushing them in for the test. So he's still accounting for the same amount of touchdowns. So, this offense was scoring a lot more points in 2016 than it was now. They're barely, in fact, it was not even the offense that was scoring points this game. And so, this game, give me one offensive touchdown or offensive points that the offense made this game.
Well, unless you're talking about the kicker. The kicker got some points for us.
Hey, look, I'm going to help you out. We are ranked 29th in total offense. We're the 29th ranked offense in the league. What was we last year, people? I don't care what y'all said. What was we last year? We was number 1.
We was number 1 last year.
21 to 29. Come on, get out of here. Don't even talk to me. I don't want to hear it. 29 to we went from 1 to 29. Where they do that at? Come on.
But
It's ridiculous.
like I tell you, but once we get the W, people gonna say Cooper's he's better than Dak. He's the best player. He got those boys playing. He did play better once surrounding him. But
got whose boys playing?
he got the receivers play. They were saying that the receivers are catching the balls. They was catching the ball, but that ain't true. But that's what they were saying in the beginning when like the second game that he won.
Real quick. Hey Jordan, can you tell me how many yards did Cooper Rush pass for today?
Catching what balls?
Tell me how many yards did Cooper Rush pass for?
Oh my gosh, 102 yards. And you know how many total receptions they had collective? 10.
So to put that in perspective, of
look how many people he threw to. He only threw to 4 people. That's the difference between Dak and Cooper Rush, and no shots at Cooper Rush. It's just these fans and their delusion is right. So when Dak is in the game, everybody.
One receiver is accounting for 102 yards. That's just one receiver when
exactly.
Dak Prescott's in the
Everybody's
game.
gonna get the ball. You literally Cooper Rush only threw to 4 people, and you look on the opposite side because you can kind of look at what Matthew Stafford did and everybody he threw to. Everybody, Cooper Kupp, Higbee, I can't say his name right. Skonok, I don't know. Henderson, Robinson,
what in the world was that?
Akers. Everybody, number 18.
Hey, receiver number 3.
18. 18. Sorry, I ruined his name. But him too. Like, it's the difference between a starting QB and the backup. And you see how it's receiving when we're talking about actually having to call passing plays. You see how small the passing game gets for the Cowboys when you have Cooper Rush in here because he can only do so much. And if you look, the reason he got sacked by Ramsey, why? Because he's literally hiked the ball in staring at one side. Like, the dude not even keeping, like, he's not even using peripheral vision. He's not staring in the middle of the field, scanning. He's just, okay, let me get my hot read off. Like,
but I get that, but that's Pollard has something to do with that too, though.
Pollard does have something to do with that, but at the same time, number 99 has something to do with that because that ball was just tearing up 73. And so what they said, oh, hey, we need to go give 73 help. So I get why Pollard, he shouldn't have did that, but I get why Pollard was like, let me hurry up and go help him with 73. I mean, let me go help number 73 with number 99 because he was just tearing them up. But yeah,
so I'll put it to you this way: like he's telegraphing his plays. Let's just put it. Let's call it an apple and apple, a spade a spade. Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott has been guilty of this too at times. As I say, at times. Now Cooper Rush has been guilty of this probably for 90% of his plays. He's looking at his receiver, throws. He's not looking off the receiver and then or looking off to one way and throwing the other way. He's definitely telegraphing. He's like, okay, he's doing, which is a good thing. He's doing pre-snap reads, which is great. But he's already predetermined on what receiver he's going to go to, right? Based on the covers that he's looking, right? And that's the difference between Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush, right? Dak Prescott will, all right, I kind of know who I'm going to go to for this pre-snap read, but let me see if there's a better play out there, right? And Dak is kind of guilty of that too, of being a little over-aggressive because every single throw he makes, he's expecting it to be a touchdown, right? So in reality, it kind of bites him in the butt sometimes, and it doesn't really bite him in the butt, and it doesn't bite him in the butt other times, right? So he's always trying to be a little bit too aggressive with it, right? And sometimes he's biting off a little bit more of what he can chew. So if there's something I can say that's not a forte of Dak Prescott, it's kind of being a little too aggressive and trying to always go for the kill, right? And you have to know your limitations. You have to know your skill set, right? Now, Pat Mahomes, more times than not, his skill set, he can do that. Pat Mahomes can do that because he's just that talented, right? Now, Dak Prescott may not be that talented, right? But he can do some of that. Now, should he do a little bit what Cooper Rush is doing? Like, okay, let me just live to see another down. Yes, he should be doing that too. So a little bit of mixture of both. So like on the far end of the spectrum, you have Cooper Rush. On the other far end of the spectrum, you have Pat Mahomes. Right now, both quarterbacks, well, one's highly successful. Well, one will kind of be conservative and win you games, right? But the other one, it can win you games and kind of lose you games at the same time, depending on your skill set. So you're gonna have to find a happy medium for that. But I still believe Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback. He's proven it, right? Even without the receivers, people forget. Like he's there to like he's been known to put up and throw to a bunch of receivers. So I believe if the defense keeps on playing the way it's like this, right, and it's mistake free, oh, Dak will have a field day, a field
Oh,
day.
definitely. Oh, this would have been another 40 burger. They forgot how many times Dak put up 40 burgers last year. It was, high 38s, and he put up 250 burgers. This
Yep.
was one of them games where, you know, defense is look, and I agree with everything you're saying, Josh, but at the same time, that's what coaching is for. That's what the play calling is for. Is to rail your quarterback in sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta say, "Hey, no, this is the play I'm calling, and this is what you're gonna do with it. Hey, I'm gonna call this run play, and I'm gonna keep calling it, Dak. Okay? If you see something different, then okay, we'll take that and we'll live with that. But most part, this is the game plan, and we're gonna stick to it. And yes, and even when you stick to the game plan, you can still beat guys like the fact that you saw Cooper Rush trying to draw the team off sides towards the what was that? Was it the I want to say that was towards the end of the first half where Cooper Rush was trying to get one more play off, and nobody believed that they was going to call the play or try to draw them off snaps. That's something that I think Dak he has more nuance and plays with no more nuance than Cooper Rush does. And yes, Dak might not be the most talented, but he is talented. And decision making and leadership is a talent. It's a what do they call it? A hidden attribute and trait that most quarterbacks can't don't have. I think that's a
Can't
lot
be
of
taught.
problem with like yes, you can't teach it. That's why people have problems with your boy from Carolina. He
Baker Mayfield.
he has that. Yeah, I don't think guys you know gravitate to that. This whole time, if the game was on the line, does the offense respond to Cooper Rush and say, "Okay, Cooper Rush, let's go, put us on your back and take us down the field"? No, I don't see that when the offense is out there. It just seems like, okay, let's do this game plan and let's keep to the script and hope the defense bails us out, because the defense was doing exactly that, bailing us out time after time, bad field position, setting it up. I mean, the Rams theoretically, with the time of possession they had and all the yards they had, they should have ran us out the stadium, but they didn't. They couldn't, because that defense is just top tiers. To me, it's the number one. I think we're number one in red zone efficiency. Like we're not allowing the offenses
Oh,
to
I
score.
thought you meant like for offense.
Oh
Okay.
no, not us. No, not our offense. With Dak maybe, but no, our defense is number one in defensive red zone. They do not allow y'all to score in the red zone, which is really good when it comes to terms of that just holds the offense. That just takes that off the offense that they can't finish off drives. And I mean, oh
Yeah,
man,
I don't know what would be the offense third down completion, but I know when once we get like third and long, I really don't even
oh
look for us to even get a first down. To be honest about it, I don't have faith. And like, if we third and seven on offense, I'm like, okay, we about to punt this. I hope we can get a little more yardage so we don't give them a really good field position on the back end. But I just don't have that faith in Cooper Rush to do that. What I've been seeing, I don't have that faith. I don't know if the team or if everyone else has that faith. But are you guys able to? I'm gonna have to try to look and see what that is. What our third and long completion would be for our offense. So, but I agree exactly with both of you saying. I mean, all of the stuff that everybody's talking about this quarterback controversy. If somebody's still seeing this right now today, it's delusional, and those are the people in the conversation I kind of avoid because there's no reason why I will sit there and argue with somebody with that because it just doesn't make any sense. So
Nope.
So yeah, that's some good stuff right there, though, man. So I don't know, and I see you were talking about your boy Curse when he came back in the game. You were looking forward to Curse coming back in the game. So did he show it out like you thought he was going to show out?
I think Curse did exactly what Curse does. He played like that defense ever since Curse came to this team with Dan Quinn. It's been like a total change of and Parsons too. We can't forget Parsons, but I'm talking strictly that secondary. They played with an aggressiveness. They started playing with an edge, something that we didn't see in our prior years. And Curse brings that. Wilson too. Wilson brings that. They bring that energy, and so it's amazing to see all of them play together because. I mean, we really could play without linebackers because that's our deficiency right now is linebackers. Even they did an okay job today. Barr held up his end of the bargain. They have Benderesh going lined up outside with the running back, which he could have got, but hey, pressure bust pipes. So yeah, Curse being in there, it was good to see them being able to rotate and play all the like he came back and they were still able to contribute with Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker and still have Curse up there. I saw Curse up on the line a little bit playing on tight end in the back, so it was real good to see. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I'm gonna. Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah,
That touchdown for the Rams, was that not lucky? Because
Which
I mean,
one? The one too.
Well,
Cooper
it was a
Kupp?
bobble.
the one that was was a run after a lot of yak.
Yeah,
Cooper
A lot
Kupp?
of yak. The first touchdown.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
I think it was only one touchdown.
Yeah. It was only one touchdown.
Yeah,
It
Cooper.
was only one touchdown.
What do we want to talk about? So the ball was way
It was lucky, but
way
it was-
ahead.
No, Cooper Kupp is a good receiver though. That boy can catch, man. So I
Yeah,
mean,
Exactly.
it was in his
So
hands.
which brings me to the point. That was not like that throw shouldn't have been caught.
Well,
That was all Cooper Kupp.
Oh
like,
wow, yeah, it was all Cooper Kupp, but yeah,
There's that
In that
touchdown
aspect.
there's nothing you could do, right? There's nothing you could do with that because I mean,
There is something
Dick was on him like right on rice.
You could have had. I don't know what happened with the safeties, but there was something that could have been because they should have been there to
There
cover
was
that
no
up.
way. There was no way that a corner could, especially that a corner trailing him or a corner assigned to him, could have pass deflect that.
Oh,
There's no way.
I mean,
unless
it
he
was unless he was what, Deion Sanders.
It was
but
a
no,
good
anyway.
play, yes. My thing is safety. I don't know what we gotta go back and watch the all 22 film to see what happened with the safeties on that because they should have been able to cover that. But that's Cooper Rush bread and butter. Like they like to go, put him in slide him underneath in a crossing route, and then let Cooper Kupp be Cooper Kupp.
It was a good play.
Yeah,
And it was a good run after catch. So I mean, you had to give it to him on that.
That's Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp to me is the best receiver in the league right now. Like he saw his concentration and his effort put forth on that play, and literally that was in the game because of him. After that touchdown, it was a game for a little while, not that long, but for a little while.
But you know the old saying, you do me once, that's on you. You get me twice, that's on me. And Dan Quinn and the boys, they didn't allow that to happen to the second time. So that only happened one time in the game. And once that happened, we kind of shut that down.
And like I said on our previous podcast, all we got to worry about is containing Cooper Kupp. If Cooper Kupp can stay, if we keep him out of the end zone, we're going to win this game. Well, he got one in the end zone, but you saw Cooper Kupp was the only person on that receiving squad, on that total offense that could do any damage. And at the end of the day, you can't just rely on one player to, drive this.
Yeah, but that one play on Diggs, that first play that he actually touched him. I mean, tackled him before he got into the end zone. But that I think it was like a 75-yard catch. No, something.
No,
50-some yard catch.
Yeah, it was his one catch. It was his one catch and only catch of the game. And
I'm just saying though. I mean, he did go to him.
But Diggs was like this close to making that a pass deflection, so he was right there. And
Right.
I think we only gave up 3, or I don't even know. I can't remember if we gave up 3 on that possession on that series, or
No,
if we didn't.
I
I
don't
don't.
think we gave up anything because we sacked and then they got a penalty and then they got out of the field goal range on that
Right,
play.
and
Yeah.
I'm not mad at a play like that, like because at the end of the day, that's gonna happen sometimes. Sometimes it's gonna happen,
Oh,
but
it's
it's
gonna
when
happen.
it's when it's consecutive. Yeah, it's gonna happen to every corner regardless. I mean, you saw Jalen Ramsey the first week get burned like toast, so it's gonna happen. It's just how does he come back from that, and
Jalen
how
Ramsey
does the
didn't perform like
defense make
this
adjustments?
today.
Oh,
Oh yes,
huh?
he did. What was that catch for that Michael Gallup did? By the
Oh,
way, that
my
was a
Gallup.
Oh, them tippy toes, the one he kept the
that was
toes
a
into the sideline. Yeah,
that was a
that was awesome.
catch.
You need like
Yeah, that was real good.
Michael Gallup stays doing that. Like when it comes to like that, and that's the difference with when Dak comes back too, because Dak throws him those type of balls all the time because he knows Gallup is gonna get them tippy toes in there.
But
Oh man,
I wish that what I saw him doing, what I didn't like, is the fact that he's still jumping, catching balls instead of standing on the ground. And I don't know,
They
that's a
always do
bad
that.
thing.
They always look.
Not all they. Gallup has a bad habit of doing that. He would jump up to catch a ball.
Not
That's not
CD.
necessary. Well, I'm just saying Gallup always had this issue way in when he first came out, when we first seen him being Gallup. Even though don't get me wrong, but a lot of them time when he jumps, I was getting upset because that ball hit him in the chest and it pops out, and I'm like, oh, come on, dude, stay on the ground, catch it with your hands instead of your body when it come directly, but because he normally jumps for the ball, but. But
Doing a
and
Terrence Williams.
I'm I hope he get himself. It seemed like he was getting himself out of that. And he was being more proficient and catching. But not this game, but the last game last week, I saw him do that. I'm like, oh, okay, I hope he don't start this again. But I mean, he jumped way up in the air and caught it like, midsection because he jumped so high to catch it. He caught it and pulled it in. But still, I'm like, come on, bro.
I don't have a problem. To me, I don't have a problem with that because
If he
I
catches it, I
understand.
don't.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I understand if like he's in stride and he jumps and catches it, but I know sometimes they feel the defender's coming at them, so they're gonna jump to try to big body it and go like they're going up for a reception, and maybe that's due to the coaching because I noticed not just Gallup but a lot of receivers around the league do that. I think that's their kind of strategy for having to,
I don't know. I hear you, but that's one thing. He need to keep his feet on the ground.
I don't know. I have to go watch and a lot of Gallup tape, but I know he's not the only receiver. I see receivers do that across the league all the time, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch Gallup closely to see how often he does it because all I can remember.
Go check that out. But when I see it happen,
all I can remember though is Gallup getting receiving yards because he's 1,000-yard receiver and with Cooper Rush, he ain't gonna be 1,000-yard receiver. We gotta have Dak to get him to be 1,000-yard receiver again. But it was good to see because that's one of Gallup's tool in his toolbox is getting those toes in, and it was good to see him get out there and stretch the legs out.
I feel you, but I'm gonna need him to keep his foot down. I'm going to start using his hand.
He kept his foot down because he tippy toes.
I'm talking about the ones he be coughing up though. And those one he cough up is normally the one he jump in the air when he don't have to. But
how many did he cough up? Because he was 5 for 4.
I'm not. I said he was always like that, but then I also said that he was getting himself better this year.
Agree. I don't think he's always like that.
He was always like that in the past. He was. I'm not talking about now. I mean, when you go back and look at the capacity that he was coughing up, is normally when he jumped way in the air when the ball is not high. The ball is still like chest level, and he jumps up anyway. So,
I mean, he said he has done that. He has done that. In fact,
I've seen it in mine. It's nothing I'm
I think
making
he did
up.
it this year. To be honest,
I know he jumped this past week, but he caught it though. I'm saying I hope you don't go to those bad habits again, because
I don't consider it a bad habit.
Oh, it was a bad habit. It was a bad habit. It was a bad habit. It definitely a bad habit. When those type of catches you coughing up, then that's something you need to correct. And I thought he was correcting them, but then when I saw it last week, I'm like, okay, I hope you don't go back to that. So.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
But yeah, that's good though. But man, I'm excited. I mean, I really didn't see us playing like the way we played. Even though I know our defense is top notch, I really didn't even see that we're going to be as dominant as we are. I mean, we not giving up nothing. I mean, we stingy with that scoring, man. We ain't giving up hardly anything. And I predicted them to have 14 points, only score 14 points, and they surprised me, impressed me, not even giving up 10, just 10 points, one touchdown. You're talking about a high, you know, supposed to be, you know, this is, you know, a Super Bowl champions. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
they got the offensive guru, the
right,
genius.
right.
And,
You know what I'm
Josh,
saying?
Josh loves that guy.
Yeah, and the way they was playing, you know, but it's not like they're not good. Our defense is just great. You know, and I know that's, you know, I know people are gonna come tomorrow and they're like, they trash. You know, they're not the player that they used to be. But you know what though? When you play against a really good defense, this was not the game that you to come out and say, here are we, the Super Bowl champion. Does it, you know, will show you how to get it done. Well, when you have somebody who know how to throw them right and left at your face, you know what I'm saying? You get a chance to see what's coming. You know,
So let me get
things
this straight.
change.
Let me get this straight. So no matter how good of a quarterback you are, if you play a really good defense, you're
Cause
not
trouble.
scoring as many points as you're supposed to be scoring.
Yeah. Your defense is great. I mean, you got like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, there's some games that I do, you know, don't score all of the points you would think he should score. But when defense is locking your boys up, man, what can you do? No matter how great you're a quarterback, but you got defense locking you up, and then people coming in your face, getting past all your tackles, you know, and all the different schemes that we run, you know, you know, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? You got to play with what you get. And there's some good quarterbacks who are able to just come like Tom Brady. You know, that's one. I mean, he the GOAT. Sometimes it takes him a while to figure you out, but then he normally kind of figures you out. When the greats normally does that, they figure out what you got going on and they start getting things done. But you know, defenses win games, win championships, man. And we have a championship defense right now. And they're surprising me, you know, and we continue to stay healthy. Now, I don't know what the injury D-Law have, and I know Michael Parsons was playing injured all game
I
today.
thought he was back out there. I think he was back out there.
Yeah?
I think he went back out there.
So, do you guys know if they put him on any type of list that not to be playing next game against the Eagles?
Yeah, this is
It
an
might
injury
be too
scare.
early it might be too early to even tell, but I don't know. I didn't see anything, and I
I
don't
mean,
have
if
any.
anything, it was possibly a concussion, but I don't think it's anything too serious. Groin, as far as
These days concussion is
like a
being
Parson
very
goes,
serious.
that's a little bit more serious than. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, concussions are super serious, but I don't think it was serious enough for them to not be put back into the game because I think DeMarcus Lawrence went back into the game.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
What we need to look out for though is Micah Parsons.
His groin injury.
Yeah, I know he's suffering through it, but if I were them, I would just put him
Look,
on.
if Mika Parsons can get 2 sacks and a sack fumble at the end of the game with that hurt groin, and he has a whole week to rest, I think he'll be fine for next game.
So let's just put this in perspective though. Like he wasn't going against Andrew Whitworth, right? And he also wasn't going against. I mean, the center was like a third stringer, right? So of course Mika Parsons was looking great, and they did great for what they did, but their O line's in shambles as opposed to the Eagles O line, so they're going to struggle a little bit,
You
and
think?
they're going to struggle, and then I can almost
Struggle?
guarantee you struggle as far as not they're going to score more than 10 points. I believe, right? I
The
think
Eagles?
yeah, I think so. I mean, now granted, Jalen
Look,
Hurts didn't score
they
any
could-
points this game. I mean, he did. He rushed for like two touchdowns. I mean, if anybody's looking like vintage Dak, it's Jalen Hurts. To be honest with you, I mean, it's not Cooper Rush. It's Jalen Hurts. So how do you stop that run game? You know, so I mean, we're gonna have to have a pretty stout defense.
Look, he can run. Look, and I don't think they'll be able to run like that on us. I don't think he'll be able to do that. He's gonna have to, because look, we can game plan the same way we game plan versus Giants. Take all their receivers away and let him run, but just don't let him score a touchdown. Let him run it in for touchdowns. If we do that same thing, he can stack up he can have all the rush yards he wants, in my opinion. But if he can't get the job done, because once the team's got to get in that red zone area and the field shortens, the play calls kind of shorten up, it's going to be a long day for them, especially when defense knows, hey, don't let it get a third down, because when the defense knows, hey, let's pin our ears back and go, it's going to be a long day. He hasn't faced our defense and a defense of our caliber yet. And to me, that's the one area where Jalen struggles, is when it's time for him to throw, can he make those throws?
So what about the Cardinals? How good are the Cardinals defense? Are the Cardinal defense is anything?
That's the question.
Because
they're no.
Say what? Wait, go ahead.
I don't think they're as good as they were last year with the loss of Chandler Jones. They're a solid defense, but dang, the Dallas Cowboys.
I totally agree to that, because here's the thing. Because I know you said that they're going to struggle. I don't think so. I mean, I'm with you, Jordan. I mean, they haven't played against the Dallas D. Them boys we have is motivated. They know now they got their, something on their shoulder right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got something to prove. I mean, right now they're like, we are it right now. We're going to show everybody that we are it. We like D-Law said, we the favorite. He was going back of what McCarthy was saying. He's like, man, everybody expecting us to do things, great things, wins every time we play, no matter who's the opponent. And they say, and we believe that too. You know what I'm saying? So them boys playing with a chip on their shoulder, man. They're going in that game to take over. They ain't going to pick sides or whatever the case is. And I think, even though and they scored 20 points against the Cardinals, right? I still thinking, our defense is better than the Cardinals defense. I'm checking them out. I'm looking. I'm like, man, our boys they don't have Micah Parsons over there. You know what I'm saying? Or the curse in the back end, or whatever the case is. I mean, our boys they're pretty tough, man. So it's before this game, I was like, and don't get me wrong. I know Jordan don't think that Philadelphia is all that great. I think Philadelphia is a really solid team, and it's going to take everything that we can.
Being a solid team and being a solid team and being scared of them, to me, are two different. They're a solid team. Yeah. They're better than us. I don't think so. And I really hope Dak shows. I want Dak to play this game so we can just lay everything to rest.
4 touchdowns.
If Dak plays next game and he's like fully healthy,
4 touchdowns in the next game.
We are gonna drag Philadelphia. If Dak plays next game, we're gonna drag Philadelphia. Don't let us get up. Don't let us get up by any points. If we get up 7 points in the first quarter and they already have to play from behind, that's when the defense plays great. It's really great. Is when we already up points, as we saw when we were up today, we were up 9 points. What does defense do? Hey, let's pin our ear back and go eat. You saw what happened. Sam Williams, you saw Micah Parsons, Odigizua, Armstrong, D-Law. It's coming from everywhere, and it's nonstop. It's nonstop pressure. It's nonstop, continuous.
Right. I hear you.
And look, the offensive line don't get a break. They got to stay on the field. The defense keeps rotating. So that's why I think that we're a superior defense, and that's what is differentiates us from a lot of other defenses, especially when it comes to Eagles defense, because two people you got to worry about on the Eagles defense is Graham and Payne. That's those two big guys you got to worry about, but they don't have a slew of guys that sit there and keep throwing at us. Exactly, keep rotating.
Right.
rotating at us. And like I said, and I'm still saying it until a team proves me otherwise.
Right.
If you
Right.
can't score 20, if you can't score 20 on us, y'all ain't gonna win. And I don't think you can score 20 on us. So y'all ain't gonna win until I'm proven otherwise. You know,
Yeah.
and they might win. Look, but they ain't gonna put more than 20. If that don't play in Cooper Rush plays, I'm a little bit worried because if they get 19 points or 17 points and Cooper Rush can't beat their defense, because their defense is nothing to sneeze about. Their defense is good. Their defense is really good. And I think that's why I want Dak to come back for this game. Because if Dak's playing in this game, it's ball game. Like with the way the run is going, we get that run going. Pollard and Zeke, we got Dak just orchestrated. Because when Dak is in prime Dak, he orchestrates that offense. It's orchestrated. He picking dudes apart when he's in his zone. So that's why I can't. That's why I don't think.
I
That's why
just
the
hope
Eagles
that
don't
Dak's
scare
not
me.
rusty coming out. That's the only thing. I
That's
think
that's
I
me
think they
too.
need to have a similar game plan, at least this game, right? Similar, like a lot of similar to Cooper Rush, right? Just
Run
easy
heavy.
throws, maybe a long throw here and there, but let him get into the groove. Once he gets into the groove, then yeah, you can open the playbook up. Even if you have to open the playbook up in the middle of the game, open the playbook up in the middle of the game. But start out conservative and then just open it
Look,
up.
I don't know about
Dak
that though.
Dak
I hear you
owns
guys.
this
I don't know.
Dak owns this division. Dak owns this. Dak don't lose to. Dak don't lose to these guys. Dak don't lose to these guys.
But
Tell
Look,
me,
I
right,
agree. I just,
but
Dak
here's the thing
don't lose
though.
to these guys.
Right,
Come
but
on, man.
here's the thing though. The game Cooper Rush came in, he played the first game number 2, second game of the week. I mean, he played okay. And remember when Dak came out, he was hurt last time. He came out and plays lights out. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Two words. 2 words. Pre-season. Preseason. That's why Cooper Rush didn't look that bad because he played a lot in the pre. He got
Okay,
his
but
licks out
what
preseason.
about when Dak he came back after that ankle injury or that
He
shin
had 2
injury?
weeks to prepare. He had 2 weeks to prepare.
What do you mean 2 weeks to
He did.
prepare?
Who knows? Maybe Dak is preparing. They like to joke around. I mean, I heard that during the game that he gave him a hard handshake, and they were saying that like he's like, hey, does this handshake feel like I'm not ready? And they were like, hey, he shook my hand pretty hard. Now I don't know how.
That come down to a handshake.
Look, it could be. I don't know. But look,
I'm
the grip
going
strength.
around shaking people's hands. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? And they,
I'm going with the guy who's 20. I'm going with the guy who's 25-6 versus the division. He 25-6 versus these cats. I'm not worried. Look, to me, this is a great game for Dak to come back and get wet.
It's a high risk, high reward type game. It is.
but I'm like,
With this
right.
defense, I don't think it's that high risk. Because like you said, as long as the defense plays what they play, and as long as the run game comes and Kellen Moore doesn't get away from the run game, start running the ball, feeding Zeke and Pollard early. Don't give Pollard just 8 carries, and don't give Zeke just 10 carries. Run heavy. You make sure that defense plays, and let Dak be Dak, and when Dak needs to be Dak.
But and also when Dak is back there, it does open up some more things too, because you can't just have Dak back there doing his thing either. So they're not going to stack the box when Dak back there because he's going to pick you apart. So
you can guarantee he's going to hit Gallup deep. Dak and Gallup, they got a great connection. Don't let Gallup get behind you because that's going deep.
Yeah, even though he had a first bad game, I get that. Aaron Rodgers had a bad game, but he's still that bad man that everybody talking about. I mean, I don't even, that's what's crazy that Dak has a bad game, and now they think he's washed up, whatever the case is, and Cooper Rush, he's the guy. But dude, I mean, every quarterback has bad games. You know what I'm saying? It's in the game, but to say that he's not who he is, which I think he's still, like Jordan said, and I believe that too. He's top 10. A quarterback, and with a top 10 quarterback, man, you have a lot of opportunities and things and ways you can go. And with that, just by him being on the field alone, it's going to change a whole lot of defensive strategy of where people try to play it against us. So, and that should make the run game even open up even more because he's back there at the helm. So it's going to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? I do hope he come back. And so when we do play the Eagles, we can stump a mud hole in them because I just don't like those guys at all. I don't. So so
maybe he's been eyeing this Eagles game for the longest time. He's been studying their he's been studying their ebbs and flows. And maybe maybe he's just going to come back and just start slinging it. Who knows?
Sometimes a player just has a number. And first of all, Colin Murray threw the ball like 42 times. Jeez. We don't need that.
Right.
Not for his first game.
No, we don't.
Yeah. So, and Jalen Hurts, like you said, Josh, he ran 2 touchdowns in. He ain't gonna beat. I haven't seen Jalen Hurts beat a team with his arm yet. And I think when you play our team, when you play our defense, and especially if we get you behind and you got to really throw the ball to win the game, he has it. To me, that's what he's going to have to prove if he this season for him to get all these MVP claims. Because that, to me, I'm not afraid of Jalen Hurts if all he's going to do is run the ball and try to run touchdowns. Because guess what? People, hey, they can't really run on us like that. Like, yeah, we give up.
What? Yeah, he better run on the opposite side of that Micah Parsons.
He better run on the Micah Parsons and D-Law.
Sam Williams about to eat his behind up too.
Oh, look,
2 fast receivers.
all of them.
Linebackers.
All of them is licking their chops. All of them. Old Diggy Zua, D-Law, Micah Parsons, Sam Williams, they're all like, oh yeah, we're gonna get some sacks today and we get sacks on him before too, because he does get out of pocket a lot. And with that, and like I said, with our safety, with our DB play, man, it's gonna be a long day for them boys, man. It's gonna be a long day.
I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope so.
Yeah. I hope that comes back to this game. I really do.
Man. So this next game, Philly, which I see right now, and I know coming up. What today is? Today is what, Sunday? I said I guess coming up Tuesday we probably come together and talk about the Philly game or what everybody else going to be doing.
Yeah, let's wait till Tuesday because I got to see if Dak Prescott's playing. But I think.
Look, I'll give you my predictions without Dak Prescott. If Cooper Rush is playing, I think we win 2017.
Same
thing
as the Rams.
Same thing as Rams scored 10 points.
No. But that's what you predicted last week. You predicted 2017.
Oh yeah. I predicted 2017 us.
Right. Exactly. So what's up, Joshua? You picking the same thing but opposite?
Yeah, this game has me nervous about. This has me nervous about Dak Prescott.
That's the first thing he's gonna text us after
Dak
we
Prescott, win. And I'm not gonna lie, Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons, right? I gotta see where this groin is at. So
I think he's gonna be fine.
If Micah Parsons comes in and this defense is playing like they're usually playing, if Dak Prescott's the final ingredient, oh yeah, then they're definitely winning, right? I think this game is going to be a statement game. This is going to be a statement game for somebody. So,
because not only will we hand them their first loss, because we handed them their first loss, that puts us number 1 in the division. So they gonna have to come, man. They gonna have to come with it.
Yeah.
That's why I think Dak needs to play this next game too, because it's a statement. If Dak Prescott comes back, puts 30, 40 on these guys, and we hold them to 17 or less, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we do that, if that happens, then yeah, the whole league is going to be scared. Guaranteed.
And I think they're kind of scared now. Our defense has awakened all of the sleepy eyes who was
I'll
not
put it
thinking
this
about
way.
us.
If the Cowboys score 40 points next game,
Ooh, you mean with Dak
they're going to 40 points to 17 with Dak there?
Oh,
they're going to the Super Bowl. Look,
that's bold. That's
as
bold
my
right
witness,
that's bold.
I will tell you if they win next, but they have to win 40 to 17. If they win 40-17,
40-17.
I will say on this podcast and I will stick with it, that the Dallas
He
Cowboys
say 40
are
to
going to the Super
17.
40. If they do 40-17,
Is this something
I
you
don't
wishing
think
to happen just so you can say
but
it?
if they
You
do
know?
40,
I really want this because he got a whole bunch of Eagle fans. Yeah,
if they do 40-17, I'm going to
40-17.
lose it. I'm going to lose it. If it's 40-17, I'm going to lose it.
Wow. All right. Well, let's go back to see what we did. On that Colts and Broncos, Jordan the only one was he got up on us. He went with the Colts. Wow.
because I know if Russ Cook is going to end up in your kitchen going to catch on fire.
What?
If Russ cooks, your kitchen going to end up on fire. They don't have to call 911. They don't have to get the fire department down here to go ahead and put it out, and then you're gonna sit there waiting on your food. Like you saw what the Denver fans did. They got up and walked out. That's what's gonna happen. So that's why I went with the Colts. To be honest.
Yeah, the Broncos that was kind of crazy. That kind of crazy. So yeah.
I feel real bad for Broncos fans.
Wow.
I know that.
So, well, check this out, because look like we could go ahead on and we're going to have to come back because it seemed like Joshua left us. So, so we're going to go ahead on and end it right here, and we'll come back and do the rest later. We'll talk about all of that. But, man, it was a good night tonight, man, until we lost Joshua. So, man, it's going to be something. I'm waiting for the next game. I'm seeing how we go. We'll come back Tuesday and see how we do this thing, see how we talk, and see who's playing, who's not playing, and who's injured, and who's going to be doing all of this other stuff. So it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be a good day. I can't wait. So we're going to do it like we always do it. And make sure, look, reach down there, click OK, click like, click the subscribe, coming on so you can get on with us all the time. And
leave some comments in the comment section.
Oh yes, we're gonna have to start doing that. I'm turning the comments on.
Leave a comment in the comment section what y'all think Dallas versus Eagles. Leave y'all predictions in the comment section.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right, so let's do this. So and we're gonna Joshua, Jordan, just you and I right now. So we're gonna end it like we always begin it.
How about them
Cowboys? That's right. How about them Cowboys? So, hey guys, y'all stay sweet. Y'all stay together. Hey, let's do this again. See y'all in a minute.
God bless.